require extensive recalibration. Unintended flight containment is an experiment.
X. Checkpoint done. X buttons.
Logs and communications records from this ring's history, Reclaimer. I hope their contents are edifying.
Checkpoint done. Checkpoint done.
I will deactivate the security lock.
Completed. Delve deeper into the library. Delve deeper in. Objective: survive the flood until the monitor returns. Delve deeper into the library. Objective completed. Survive the flood until the monitor returns. Checkpoint done. X button. Swap for plasma rifle. X. 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 Checkpoint done.
Oh, that's a good idea. As per protocol, the illuminated markers will direct your progress. Follow diligently.
Objective access light bridge controls. Objective completed. Access light bridge controls.
I look forward to presenting my full status report.
Checkpoint done.
This outbreak.
Objective: take the elevator to descend further. X buttons. Checkpoint done. X. X. X button. X button.
That activity has caused a failure in a drone control subsystem. I must reset the backup. Please continue on. I will rejoin you when I have completed my task.
Objective: take the elevator to descend further. Take the elevator to descend further. X buttons. X button. Checkpoint done. X buttons. X button swap for Magnum. X. 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 Objective completed. Take the elevator to descend further. Checkpoint done. Objective: follow the monitor through the library. X button swap for plasma pistol. Checkpoint done.
Its parasitic nature relies upon intelligence. And their union.
X button. X button. X button swap for rocket launch. Checkpoint done. X. X button swap for sentinel beam. X buttons. X buttons. X button swap for rocket launcher. Objective: follow the monitor through the library. X button. X button. X button. X button.
Your environment suit should serve you well when the flood begins to alter the atmosphere. You are a good planner.
Checkpoint done. X button swap for rocket launcher. X button swap for
Security breach detected. Multiple vectors. Remember, these optimize for close quarters tactical engagements.
X.
This room must have a complete
Checkpoint
record
done.
of 74 inhabited worlds.
Checkpoint done. Objective: follow the monitor through the library. Checkpoint done. Checkpoint done. X button swap. X. X. X button. X button swap. X button. X. X button swap for plasma rifle. X button. X. Checkpoint done. Objective: follow the monitor through the library. X button. X. Checkpoint done. X button swap for assault rifle. X button swap for us. X button. X. Checkpoint done.
Ah, the parasite works quickly to degrade my containment options. Don't worry, I won't be far.
Objective completed. Follow the monitor through the library. Objective survive the flood until the monitor returns. Checkpoint done. X buttons. X button swap. X button swap. X buttons. X button swap for plasma rifle. X button. X button. X button. Checkpoint done. Objective completed. Survive the flood until the monitor returns. X. Checkpoint done. Objective restore light bridge power. X button. X button. X. Checkpoint done. X. X. Objective completed. Restore light bridge power.
The charm of this facility is lost on the less enlightened. Would you not agree?
Checkpoint done. Objective take the elevator to the final chamber.
If this is the end, at least it will be an interesting one.
Objective completed. Restore light bridge power. Objective take the elevator to the final chamber.
If this is the end, at least it will be an interesting one.
Objective completed. Restore light bridge power. Objective take the elevator to the final chamber.
If this is the end, at least it will be an interesting one.
X button swap for energy sword. X button. Checkpoint done.
I will prepare to ensure security systems are intact. must continue. This way, please.
Checkpoint done. X. X. Objective. X. X. X buttons. X button. Checkpoint done. X. X button swap.
How charming. Local sentinels are out of
Checkpoint
compliance
done.
and require my attention. I will rejoin you soon.
Objective completed. Explore the library. Objective survive the flood onslaught and retrieve the index. X. X. Objective completed. Survive the flood onslaught and retrieve the index.
The energy barrier.
Checkpoint done. X. Objective recover the index. X button. X buttons. X. Checkpoint done.
Protocol requires that I take possession of the index for transport. Your organic form renders you vulnerable to infection. The index must not fall into the hands of the flood before we reach the control room and activate the installation. The flood is spreading. We must hurry.
Objective updating done. Objective. Loading. Checkpoint done.
Which means that any organism with sufficient mass and cognitive capability is a potential vector. On that point, all the tests were conclusive. Is something wrong?
No. Nothing.
Splendid. Shall we? Unfortunately, my usefulness to this particular endeavor has come to an end. Protocol does not allow units with my classification to perform a task as important as the reunification of the index with the core. That final step is reserved for you, Reclaimer. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, really?
Cortana.
12 hours. 12 hours I've been stuck in here, watching you cozy up to that thing while it sharpens the knife to slit our throats.
Hold on. He's a friend.
Oh, I didn't realize. He's your pal, is he? Your chum? Do you have any idea what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the Flood, which is why we brought the Index to the control center.
You mean this?
A construct in the core? That is absolutely unacceptable!
And yet...
What impertinence! I shall purge you at once!
You sure that's a good idea?
How dare you!
Do what? I have the Index. You can just float and sputter.
Enough! The Flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it? Halo doesn't kill Flood, it kills their food. Humans, Covenant, whatever. You're all equally edible. The only way to stop the Flood is to starve them to death. And that's exactly what Halo is designed to do. Wipe the galaxy clean of all sentient life. You don't believe me? Ask him.
Is it true?
More or less. Technically, this installation's pulse has a maximum effective radius of 25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit, this galaxy will be quite devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the Flood. But you already knew that. I mean, how couldn't you?
Left out that little detail, did he?
We have followed outbreak containment procedure to the letter. You were with me each step of the way as we managed this crisis.
Chief, I'm picking up movement.
Why would you hesitate to do what you've already done?
We need to go, right now.
Last time you asked me if it were my choice, would I do it? Having had considerable time to ponder your query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here!
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply find another. Still, I must have the Index. Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
Look out! We can't let the monitor activate the ring. We have to stop them. We have to destroy Halo.
X.
According to my analysis of the available data, I believe the best course of action is somewhat
X
risky.
button swap for center.
An explosion of sufficient
Objective
size
exit
will help
Halo's
destabilize
control
the ring
center.
and will cut through a number
Exit
of primary
Halo's
systems.
control center.
We need to trigger a detonation on a large scale, however. A starship's fusion reactors going critical would do the job. I'm going to search what's
Checkpoint
left of the Covenant
done.
BattleNet and see if I can locate the Pillar of Autumn's crash site. If the ship's fusion reactors are still relatively intact, we can use them to destroy Halo.
X button swap for new X button swap. Checkpoint done. X button swap for sent. Objective completed. Exit Halo's control center. Checkpoint done. Exit Halo's control center.
I haven't located the crash site yet, but we need to buy some time in case the Monitor or his Sentinels find a way to activate Halo's final weapon without the
Checkpoint
The machinery
done.
in these canyons are Halo's primary firing mechanisms. They consist of 3 phase pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space. The power levels are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range. So if we damage or destroy these generators, the Monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used.
X button swap.
That should buy us some
X
time.
button swap.
I'm marking the location of the nearest pulse
Objective
generator
to
with a
reach the
nav
upper
point.
landing.
We need to move in and neutralize the device. Commandeer that Banshee. We'll need it to reach the pulse generator in time.
X button swap for sniper rifle. Checkpoint done. X button swap for mech. X button. X button. X. Checkpoint done. X. Checkpoint done.
I shall investigate this.
X button. Objective Commander Adventure to reach the upper landing. X buttons.
They target
X button swap. Checkpoint done.
Show me your
X button. X button.
Focus!
X button. X. Checkpoint done. X. Checkpoint done.
Holy light seeks you out.
X button. Checkpoint done. X button. X button swap. X. Objective Commander Abenshi to reach the upper landing. Checkpoint done. X. X button. Objective completed. Commander Abenshi to reach the upper landing. Checkpoint done. Checkpoint done. X checkpoint done. X checkpoint done.
That's the pulse generator. The center core is the signal amplifier. That's what we need to shut down. There should be 3 power conduits nearby. Focus your attention there.
Objective: destroy the conduits at each pulse generator 03rd. Checkpoint done. X buttons. Checkpoint done. Objective completed. Destroy the conduits at each pulse generator 1/3.
Objective accomplished. The pulse generator has overloaded. Scanning. The generator's central core is offline. Well done. The second pulse
X
generator
button.
is located in the adjacent canyon.
X button.
Move out and I'll mark the target with a nav point when we get closer.
X button. X buttons. Checkpoint done. X button swap. Checkpoint done. X button swap for destroy the conduits at each pulse generator 1/3. Objective head through the adjacent canyon toward the second pulse generator. X buttons. X button swap for plasma. X button swap for plasma pistol. X. Checkpoint done. Checkpoint done. X. Checkpoint done. X button swap. X. X buttons. X. X buttons. X. X. X.
Unholy fury guides my hand!
Objective head through the adjacent canyon toward the second pulse generator. X buttons. X button. X.
Blasphemous rounds incoming! Seeking cover!
X. X but. Checkpoint done. X button swap. X but. X. 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 X button swap. Checkpoint done. X but X but X but checkpoint done. Checkpoint done. Objective head through the adjacent canyon toward the second pulse generator. X buttons. X button. X button swap for X button. X button swap. X. X.
No believer should have.
X button. X button swap. X checkpoint done. X checkpoint
Warning,
done.
incoming flood.
X buttons. X. Checkpoint done. X button swap for meter. X. X. Checkpoint done. X button. Objective head through the adjacent canyon toward the second pulse generator. X. Checkpoint done. X. Checkpoint done. Checkpoint done. button swap X. 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 Objective: head through the adjacent canyon toward the second pulse generator. X buttons. X button swap. X. Button swap. Checkpoint done. X buttons. X button swap. X. X button swap for assault rifle. X button swap for plant. Y. X button swap for assault rifle. X. Objective: head through the adjacent canyon toward the second pulse generator. Checkpoint done. X. X button swap for S. X button swap. X buttons. Checkpoint done. X button. X. Checkpoint done. X. Checkpoint done. the adjacent canyon toward the second pulse generator. Checkpoint done.
Alert.
Checkpoint
Pulse generator
done.
is still online. We need to neutralize all three. I recommend seizing a Banshee and flying to the nav point on your display.
Objective
let's take
completed.
care of the
Head
next
through the
pulse
adjacent
generator.
canyon toward the second. Objective destroy the conduits at each pulse generator 1/3. X button swap for X. Objective head through the adjacent canyon toward the second pulse generator.
Let's
X
take care
button
of the
swap
next
for
pulse
plasma
generator.
rock. Objective completed. Head through the adjacent canyon toward X. Objective destroy the conduits at each pulse generator 1/3. X button swap for Objective head through the adjacent canyon toward the second pulse generator.
Strengthen your resolve.
Objective
let's take care
completed.
of the
Head
next
through the
pulse
adjacent
generator.
canyon toward the second pulse. Objective destroy the conduits at each pulse generator 1/3. X. X button. X. X button. X. X button swap for beam. Objective: destroy the conduits at each pulse generator 1/3. Checkpoint done. X. X button. X button. Checkpoint done. Y button, X button, Y button out of that, checkpoint done. X button swap. Checkpoint done.
Same as the last generator, we need to destroy the 3 power conduits.
Objective: destroy the conduits at each pulse generator 1/3. Y button out of ammo, switch to X button, X button, X buttons. X button swap for X. X button swap. X button swap for X. Checkpoint done. X button swap. X button swap for plasma rifle. X button swap for SMG. X button swap for plasma rifle. X button swap for center. Checkpoint done. X buttons. X button.
Warning,
Objective
incoming
completed.
flood.
Destroy the conduits at each pulse generator 2/3. X button swap for S.
That did it. The
Checkpoint
pulse
done.
generator overloaded.
X
One more to go.
X bu- Checkpoint done. Checkpoint done.
I've located the Pillar of Autumn. She put down 1,200 kilometers upspin. Energy readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up.
Objective destroy the conduits at each pulse
Systems on the Pillar of
generator
Autumn have
2/3.
failsafes even I can't
Objective
override
move
without
through
authorization from the
underground
captain.
tunnels.
The code is stored in his neural implants. We'll need to find him to start the fusion core detonation. That tunnel leads to the next section of canyon. The final pulse generator we need to destroy is through there.
Checkpoint done. Objective. X button swap for
Get up so I can do that again!
objective. X button X but X but X but X X checkpoint done. X button drive ghost. Checkpoint done. Objective move through underground tunnels. Checkpoint done. Checkpoint done. X button swap for plasma. X button. X button. X button. X. Checkpoint done. X button swap. Checkpoint done. Objective move through underground tunnels. Objective completed. Move through underground tunnels. Objective destroy the conduits at each pulse generator 2/3. Checkpoint done. Objective. Objective. Checkpoint done. X button. Checkpoint done. X button slot for plasma rifle.
One target remaining. Let's take care of the final pulse generator.
Objective: destroy the conduits at each pulse generator 2/3. X button slotless. Checkpoint done. X. Objective completed. Destroy the conduits at each pulse generator 3/3.
Final target neutralized. Let's get out of here.
X but checkpoint.
Let's find a
done.
ride and get to the captain.
No, that'll take too long.
You have a better idea?
There's a teleportation grid that runs throughout Halo. That's how the monitor moves about so quickly. I learned how to tap into the grid when I was in the control center. Unfortunately, each jump requires a rather consequential expenditure of energy.
Something tells me I'm not gonna like this.
I'm pretty sure I can pull it from your suit without permanently damaging your shields. Needless to say, I think we should only try this once.
Do it.
Destroy. Updating done. Objective completed. Loading. Checkpoint done.
The Covenant network is absolute chaos. From what I've been able to piece together, their leadership ordered all ships to abandon Halo when they found the Flood, but they were too late. The Flood overwhelmed this cruiser and disabled it. The Covenant are terrified the Flood will repair this ship and use it to escape from Halo. They've sent in a strike team to neutralize the Flood and repair the ship for immediate departure. I've got a lock on Captain Key's CNI transponder signal. He's alive and the implants are intact. There's some interference from the cruiser's damaged reactor. Oh, I see. The coordinate data needs to be... Right, sorry.